My Hebrew brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth, welcome back. This is your Moreh Yeshua Ben Uriah Israel, and we just want to say thank you for tuning in again, and thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your comments and your likes, and we ask that you'll continue to talk to your friends and loved ones and encourage them to be a part of this ministry in trying to spread the word all over. Anywhere they have YouTube, but they can tune in to this. And we're sure we're reaching people all over the earth that has the opportunity, people that have the opportunity to, to a phone, a cell phone, computer, and are able to go on YouTube. So we thank you, we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Well, we're still in Psalm 2, and today we're dealing with verses 4 through 6. And the title of this one is Yahuwah laughs from heaven. Yahuwah laughs from heaven. And listen what it said. It said, he who sits in the heaven, or the King James Version says, sitteth in the heaven. It said, shall laugh. It said, Yahuwah shall hold them in derision. Then he will speak to them in his wrath and decrees them in his deep displeasure. Yet I have set my king, O my Holy One, in Zion. Now, the King James Version is saying here that Yahuwah is seated. That is, the word seated there is, he continues to sit. Praise his name. Praise his name. Is a present participle. And it says, he who sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. It says, Yahuwah shall have them in derision. And then it says, he shall speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. And in verse 6 it said, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. And he said, my friends, let me say this, that I don't know why, and there's a deep problem with people, and I'm saying this way, that they don't realize that anything they do, anything we do, it doesn't matter whether or not we are Hebrew Israelites or we are Gentiles. Okay? Whatever, the heathen, everybody, they don't realize that Yahuwah is omniscient. He can see everything in the darkest of night. Sometimes people think, well, whatever they do, they hide. No, you can't hide from him. This is what he said. He who sits in heaven laughs when he sees, what's going on. And people think that they're in control and that, they have the power. They can do anything they want to do. He who sits in heaven laughs. He said, Yahuwah looks at every man's plots against him. Anytime you plot something against, all the plans you have against him, he sees everyone, my brother. And then when you see all of those plots and all those plans and all those stuff that he just laughed. Yeah, that. Oh my! Listen, my brother, my sisters. Something, something sweet, you know. It's you say something, something happened, and it just sweet. It amuses you. Okay, and you would just laugh from now until morning. Okay, if you have the time to do that. Okay, but Yahuwah, he sits and he sees all of the, you know. First of all, my brothers and my sisters, we can't trick Yahuwah. We can't trick him. We cannot trick him because you know what? Number one, sometimes we act like Yahuwah is scared. We serve a strong Elohim, one who is not afraid to confuse us. You know, he confused, or he, you know, he depressed. You think he is not confused like us. He is not depressed. You know, there's no depression in Yahuwah. There's no confusion in Yahuwah. Okay? So he's not confused, he's not depressed about, you know, anything that we try to do against him. We yell and we rail at him. He's not confused about that. He's not depressed about that. We can say anything we want to say, my brothers and my sisters. All the opposition that we want to put, he is not even care, if you want us to use the word, to the point where, yeah, well, you know what, I'm afraid that they're going to leave me. He doesn't have to have any of us. You see, sometimes we act like we want to bribe Yahuwah. We can't bribe him. He doesn't need our money. He doesn't like that. He doesn't need us like that. It is his long suffering. It is his mercy why we are here, my brother. So Yahuwah laughed because, you know, he sits in the heaven. And he sits as a great king on his glorious throne, my brother, my sister. And so let me tell you this, that he isn't walking around and holding his head down and acting like, well, you know, we walk here, you know, some ever seen people, there's some people who are mentally ill. So when they're walking back ways, I saw a man last week walking, and I stopped, I pulled over to see if he was really doing it as just to show me that he can walk backwards or just the way. And his mind is all messed up. And he's walking, from the time he leaves his house, he's walking backwards. And then, you know, some people, they pace it there, walk back and forth, back and forth, because, you know, something is wrong with them. But I want us to look at verse 4. Look at the word heaven. Heaven is the shamayim, the Hebrew word. And these are very important words, so please pay attention to this, my brother. Get your pen and your pencils. You know, you should have your pen and your pencils, or your notebook, so you can write down, you know, these important information, and so you can go back and check them, and you can check them in your Bible again to make sure that what I said to you, you know, is correct. Okay, but shamayim, and the word here, the Hebrew word shamayim, and it's shin mem yod and mem. And this word here, my brother, is it's, they have the root meaning to be lofty, or the sky as, aloft. The dual perch, alluding to the visible arch which the clouds move, as well as to the higher either where the celestial bodies revolves. So we talk about the air, we talk about astrologer, we talk about heaven and so on. Okay, so that's the word. It's he who sits in heaven laugh. And so he laughed, Yahuwah laughed, because he sits in heaven and he can see from where he is. When I used to be in the church, people and old preachers used to talk about he who sits high and looks low. So, he sits high and he looks low, my brother. And he laughed because he's in heaven, brother. And, it isn't an earthly throne that he sits on. Many times we think, we can't go and take him off the throne when we want to, because he doesn't please us. He doesn't do the thing that we want him to do, though he doesn't sit on that kind of throne. Matter of fact, he said heaven is his throne and earth is his footstool. And when you talk about heaven here, it's not just, he is not where the bird flies, is not where the celestial bodies are. Okay? And so people go up there looking around the space shuttle, and all them people go there. One time one Russian cosmonaut go up there and say, look, I never see any God. My brother, if Yahuwah would set himself in a place where, people could see him, then he would not be. Because, how would he be in a place where people are going to come, sinful people, sinful people, people who miss the mark, people who is really bad. The word sin there is you have the Hebrew term and you have the Greek term. And kata is the Hebrew term, amatia is the Greek term, and it means very bad, very bad. Miss the mark. You've gone far from the place where Yahuwah wants us to be. Okay? All right. Look with me again and the word speak. Look at the word speak in verse 4. I'm in verse 5. Look at the word. Look at the word. Speak. Okay. He said, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sure displeasure. We're going to look at two words there. Speak and also wrath. Matter of fact, we're going to look also on vex. But the word speak here is dabar, the Hebrew word, and dalet, bet, and resh, and it means to arrange, but used figuratively as word, afterwards to speak, really in a destructive sense, but to subdue, answer, appoint, bid, to command, to pronounce, to rehearse, say, speak, be like a spokesman, to subdue, to talk, to teach, and the word also having it, to tell, to think, use, entreaties, to utter, well, to work. So this word here that is said, okay. But in verse 5 there he said, he also going to vex them. He's going to speak to them in his wrath, and he's going to vex them. Okay, so the word Rav is off, like you're saying, AF, off. And is Alex and Pay are fake. And meaning to rose are you know, the nostril or hence the face or occasionally a person. We're going to stop here because my time is gone for this 50-minute session and we'll come back. But we ask you to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.